Hey y'all, it's me Trish. I am the witch of the Dismal Swamp. How the hell's everybody doing today? I hope everybody's doing good. Um, I wanted to read out of my book of Enoch, the Heavenly Luminaries, chapter 72. It's from chapter 72 to 82, so there's 10 chapters to this one chapter, okay? And I just wanted to read the first one to y'all, and then you can let me know what you want to do from there. Because, like I said, it's some of this is like over my head. So I wanted to read it to y'all so that y'all can help me, if you could, explain to me what the hell they're talking about. That's the reason why I wanted to read this, okay? I'm getting myself a farmer's tan, y'all. I love it. All right, chapter 72. All right, and it is titled The Sun. The book of the courses of the luminaries of the heaven, the relations of each according to their classes, their dominion and their seasons, according to their names and places of origin, and according to their months, which Uriel, the holy angel, who was with me, who is their guide, showed me, and he showed me all their laws exactly as they are, and how it is with regard to all the years of the world, and unto eternity, till the new creation is accomplished, which dureth till eternity. Okay, and this is the first law of the luminaries. Okay, now this is what Uriel told Enoch, all this information. Okay, and this is the first law of the luminaries. The luminary, the sun, has its rising in the eastern portals of the heaven, and its setting in the western portals of the heaven, which I'm sure we all know that. So it's rises in the east, sets in the west. And I saw 6 portals in which the sun rises, and 6 portals in which the sun sets. And the moon rises and sets in these portals. And the leaders of the stars and those whom they lead, 6 in the east and 6 in the west, and all following each other in accurately corresponding order. Also, many windows to the right and left of these portals. Excuse me. Woo. And first there goes forth the great luminary named the sun. And his circumference is like the circumference of the heaven, and he is quite filled with illuminating and heating fire. The chariot on which he ascends, the wind drives, and the sun goes down from the heaven and returns to the north in order to reach the east, and is so guided that he comes to the appropriate portal and shines in the face of the heaven. In this way he rises in the first month and in the great portal, which is the fourth. And in the fourth portal from which the sun rises in the first month are 12 windows opening, from which proceed a flame when they are opened in their season. So I'm assuming what they're talking about here is like the 12 months, right? 12 months in a year, and there's 6 portals. So I'm assuming like every other month it changes windows, the portals. Am I correct or not? Is it still over my head, y'all? Y'all can let me know. That's the reason why I'm sharing this. When the sun rises in the heaven, it comes forth through the 4th portal, 30 mornings in succession, and sets accordingly in the 4th portal in the west of the heaven. And during this period, the day becomes daily longer and the nightly shorter to the 13th morning. On that day, the day is longer than the night by a ninth part. I don't know what that means, y'all. And the day amounts exactly to 10 parts and the night to 8 parts. That's like over my head, y'all. That's why I need y'all. Because I don't understand it. All right. And the sun rises from the 4th portals and sets in the 4th and returns to the 5th portal of the east 30 mornings and rises from it and sets in the 5th portal. And then the day becomes longer by 2 parts, and the amounts to 11 parts, and the night becomes shorter, and the amounts to 7 parts. And it returns to the east and enters into the 6th portal, and rises and sets in the 6th portal, 1 in 30 mornings on account of its sign. On that day, the day becomes longer than the night, and the day becomes double the night, and the day becomes 12 parts. And the night is shortened and becomes 6 parts. And the sun mounts up to make the day shorter and the night longer, and the sun returns to the east and enters into the 6th portal, and rises from it and sets 30 mornings. And when 30 mornings are accomplished, the day decreases by exactly 1 part and becomes 11 parts, and the night 7. I just thought about something. Could the parts mean hours? You know, we have the daylight saving time thing. I'm wondering if that's what that is. Y'all let me know. If you think maybe part is, hours. And the sun goes forth from the 6th portal in the west and goes to the east and rises in the 5th portal for 30 mornings and sets in the west again in the 5th western portal. On that day, the day decreases by 2 parts and amounts to 10 parts, and the night to 8 parts. And the sun goes forth from the 5th portal and sets in the 5th portal of the west, and rises in the 4th portal for 1 in 30 mornings on account of its sign, and it sets in the west. On that day, the day is equalized with the night, and the night amounts to 9 parts, and the day to 9 parts. And the sun rises from the portal and sets in the west and returns to the east and rises 30 mornings in the 3rd portal and sets in the west in the 3rd portal. And on that day, the night becomes longer than the day, and night becomes longer than night, and day shorter than day till the 13th morning. And the night amounts exactly to 10 parts, and the day to 8 parts. And the sun rises from the 3rd portal and sets in the 3rd portal in the west and returns to the east for 30 mornings, rises in the 2nd portal in the east, and in like manner sets in the 2nd portal in the west of the heaven. And on that day the night amounts to 11 parts, and the day to 7 parts. And the sun rises on that day from the 2nd portal and sets in the west in the 2nd portal, and returns to the east into the 1st portal for 1 in 30 mornings, and set in the 1st portal in the west of the heaven. Do y'all get any of this? And on that day, the night becomes longer and amounts to the double of the day, and the night amounts exactly to 12 parts, and the day to 6. And the sun has traversed the divisions of his orbit and turns again on those divisions of his orbit, and enters that portal 30 mornings and sets also in the west opposite to it. And on that night has the night decreased in length by 9/9 part, and the night has become 11 parts, and the day to 7 parts. And the sun has returned and entered into the 2nd portal in the east, and returns to those his divisions of his orbit for 30 mornings, rising and setting. And on that day the night decreases in length, and the night amounts to 10 parts, and the day to 8. And on that day the sun rises from that portal and sets in the west, and returns to the east, and rises in the third portal for 31 mornings, and sets in the west of the heaven. On that day the night decreases, amounts to 9 parts, and the day to 9 parts, and the night to equal to the day, and the year is exactly as to its days 364. And the length of the day and of the night, and the shortness of the day and the night arise through the course of the sun. These directions are made. So it comes that our course becomes daily longer, and its course nightly shorter. And this is the law of the course of the sun, and his return, as often as he returns 60 times and rises, the great luminary which is named the sun, forever and ever. And that which rises is the great luminary, and is so named according to its appearance, according as the Lord commanded. As he rises, so he sets, and decreases not, and rests not, but runs day and night, and his light is 7-fold brighter than that of the moon. But as regards size, they are both equal. That's the end of chapter 72. Did y'all get any of that? So are they talking about the year, the months, the day? I know there's days are shorter, some days are longer, nights are shorter, nights are longer. Is that what this is all coming to? They're talking about maybe what time of the year the nights are longer and the days are longer, whatever. You know, a monthly. Y'all let me know. Is that how this is all of this is saying? Y'all let me know, please. The next one is chapter 73, of course. But this one is a very short chapter, and it's on the moon. Okay? Y'all let me know if you want to know about it. I am just trying to understand this. That's all I'm doing. I know it's a controversial subject, but if you don't know, you don't know. That's why you ask. So I'm asking. All right, y'all. That's it. I hope y'all all enjoyed this. And if you want me to continue reading, there's only 10 chapters into the chapter 72. Okay? So, and they're not all long reads. Like the next one is pretty freaking short. So if y'all want me to continue reading this, maybe y'all can help me figure it out. Because there's a lot more that I don't get with this chapter. Because I've already read it and reread it, and I still don't get it. Y'all let me know. All right, that's it. Y'all have a good day. Y'all be well, and please be safe out there. The freaking shit's nuts. All right, y'all. Toodles.